So today we are going to discuss our next theory from the chapter Distribution of the Ocean and Continent, and our today's theory is the plate tectonic theory. Now, before starting the plate tectonic theory, we had actually last few days we had discussed the continental drift theory, and today we will start the new theory. But both the theory are telling about the distribution of the ocean and continents only. So the main topic of both the theory is same, but the explanation is different, and it is different by the different geographers. Now, plate tectonic. What is the meaning of tectonic plates? We already heard this term in previous chapters also. The tectonic plates are the piece of earth crust and uppermost mantle, together referred as lithosphere. Whenever we read about the interior of the earth, we read over their core, mantle and crust. So in case of the crust, we heard that crust and uppermost part of the mantle together called lithosphere. Now these tectonic plates are located at the top of this lithosphere only. So in case of the plate tectonic theory, it is a scientific theory describing the large-scale motion of the plates making up the Earth's lithosphere, and it actually tells us about the process of formation of the ocean and continent. In the year 1967, there was three geographers, that is the Mackenzie, Parker and Morgan. In 1967, the Mackenzie, Parker and Morgan, they independently collected the data about the ideas of this plate tectonic, and further they formed the theory which is known as the theory of the plate tectonic only. Now a tectonic plate, as I said you earlier also, it is also called the lithospheric plate also. The other name of the tectonic plate is lithospheric plate because the upper part of the mantle and crust together form this. And it is a massive plate. It is irregular shape of the slabs of the solid rock. It is made with the continent as well as the oceanic lithosphere also. Like when we read the crust of the earth, we seen over there the crust can be oceanic crust also as well as continental crust also. So in the same way, the plates all can be there in the ocean region also as well as in the continental region also. Now these plates are moving over the asthenosphere. You all already read this term also, asthenosphere. Asthenosphere is a liquid layer where the mass are remain in the liquid form only. Above of that, these plates are moving. Now these plates are moved horizontally over the asthenosphere as a rigid unit, and the lithosphere include the crust and the top mantle, which thickness is ranges varying 5 to 100 km in the oceanic area and 200 km in the continental area. We have seen that in the continental area, the thickness of the crust is more than the ocean area, as well as in the mountain area it is more thicker. So in case of this theory, they told that the earth is formed by some plates. The plates are there in the oceanic area also. The plates are there in the continental area also. These plates are actually called the lithospheric plate because the tectonic plates are the uppermost part of the mantle and the crust together called the lithosphere, and in this area only these plates are there. These plates are very big in size as well as irregularly shaped. That means there is no particular shape of the plates. One plate is one type shape is there, and it is actually there in the continental and the oceanic area. But we can say that the thickness of the plate is different in the different regions. In the continental area, the thickness is 200 km, as well as in the oceanic area, the thickness is 5 to 100 km. Now, this kind of the plates may be referred to as the continental plate or oceanic plate, depending upon which part they are locating, depending upon on which of the two occupy a larger portion of the plate. Now Pacific plate is actually an example of the oceanic plate, whereas Eurasian plate, Indo-Australian plate, these all are the examples of the continental plate. Now let's see this diagram. You will get the idea of the plates. See, these all are the major landmarks or major continents of the world. We know that North America, South America, Africa, Eurasia, then this one is Australia. Even here we are having India. So these all are the, even this is the Pacific Ocean. These all are the major plates of the world. Now how we are telling these all are the major plates? See, these all are the, because Eurasia, it's a combination of Asia and Europe. It is a continent. So this is an example of the continental plate. African plate, it is also example of the continental plate. North American plate, continental plate. But Pacific plate, that is the ocean, so it is the example of the oceanic plate. So plates can be in the ocean, plates can be in the continental area also. Now in case of the theory of the plate tectonic, this scientist, the Mackenzie, Parker and Morgan, they proposes that the Earth lithosphere is divided into 7 major and some minor plates. That means they said that, like Wegener, what he told the continents were together, but here they told that the entire lithosphere of the Earth is divided into 7 major and few minor plates. Now what are those major plates? The Antarctica and the surrounding ocean plate. North America, where we are having the Western Atlantic seafloor spread from South America plate along the Caribbean island. South America, it was there from Western Atlantic floor separated from the North American plate along the Caribbean island. Then Pacific plate, India, Australia, New Zealand plate, Africa with East Atlantic plate, Eurasia and adjacent oceanic plate. These all are the 7 major plates of the world. You need to learn all the names. What are the 7 major plates? Basically Eurasian plate, North American plate, South American plate. Then we can say about the Pacific plate, Indo-Australian plate. This is the combination of this continent as well as this one. Then you can talk about the Antarctic plate. So these all are the larger plate of our world. Without these plates, there are some smaller plates also. These plates are called as a medium plate, or some plates are called the minor plates also. Now what are those minor plates? There are some minor plates are there, and you need to learn this name of the minor plates because it will come as a short question also. The first plate, it is the Cocos plate. This Cocos plate is located in between the Central America and Pacific plate. The Cocos plate is located in between the Central America and Pacific plate. The next name of the plate is the Nazca plate. You can see this is the location of the Cocos plate. This is the location of the Nazca plate. The Nazca plate is located in between the South America and the Pacific plate. You can see that this one, I have shown you the map also, that is the Nazca plate. The next one, it is the Arabian plate. Arabian plate is located in the Saudi Arabia only. Then it is the Philippines plate. It is located in the Asiatic and the Pacific plate. You can see over here, this is the Nazca plate, this is the Cocos plate, this is the Philippines plate, as well as here we are having the Arabian plates also. Even here it is the Carolean plate. So these all plates are called the minor plates of the world. Now from this plate tectonics, the map pointing will come. You will get a world map and the question will be there, mark Caroline plate, or mark Nazca plates, or it could be there, mark African plate, or maybe the dash will be given and they will ask you which plate is this. So you need to write, suppose this one, it is an Arabian plate, this one is a Eurasian plate. In this way the thing can come. So in the theory we have seen, we are having the 7 major plates as well as some minor plates. Over here Caroline and Fuji plate is also included. Now the scientists told that these plates are constantly moving. These plates are moved over the globe throughout the history of the earth. They are not fixed. These plates are moving. But why we can't feel the movement? Because the rate of the movement of the plates are very less or very slow. Now in case of the Wegener also, he also believed that the plates are moving only. So this is a common thing between both the theory. Now in case of this theory, they also told that, they said that these plates are moving into different way. there are three kinds of the plate boundaries are there in the world. The first type of the plate boundary, it's called divergent plate boundary. Now, what does it mean, the divergent plate boundary? Divergent plate boundary means when two plates are moving apart or pulled away from each other. One plate is going in one side, another plate is going in another side. That means they are separating, they are going far from each other. So this is called the divergent boundary. Now, in case of this is called the divergent, the plates are called divergent plates also. And the space from where the plates move away from each other are called spreading sides also. That means the part which is actually separating, or from where the plates are moving apart, that is called the spreading side. Now, examples are there. The examples, this kind of the divergent boundary we can see in the mid-Atlantic ridge as well as in the American plates are separated from the Eurasia and African plates. That means they are moving apart. And in this case only the volcanic eruption, there is highly chances volcanic eruption can be occur. Now, the second kind of the plate boundary that we are having, that is the convergent boundary. Convergent boundary means when the two plates are moving towards each other. That is called the convergent boundary. That means one plate and another plate, both are coming towards each other. Obviously, they will hit each other, or one plate will move down of another, it will sink down. So the location where the sinking of the plate occur, that is called the subduction zone. The subduction zone used to come as a short question also. What is subduction zone? In the convergent plate boundary, when one plate is going down of another one, that is called the subduction zone. Now, in case of the convergent boundary occurs into three conditions. It is occur in between ocean and ocean plate, in between ocean and continental plate, and in between two continental plates. That means maybe two continental plate can come towards each other, two oceanic plate can come towards each other, and one continental and one oceanic plate can come towards each other. Generally, in this kind of the feature, we have seen the earthquake occur. And the last one, that is the third part of the plate boundary, that is called the transform boundary. Now, in case of the transform boundary, we are seeing that here the crust is neither produced or it is not destroyed, because whenever it is convergent boundary, over there it is destroyed. Where it is divergent boundary, over there it is construction type of the boundary. But in case of the transform boundary, there is no kind of the destruction, there is no kind of the construction, because over here the plates are sliding each other horizontally. They are not hitting or they are not separating from each other. They are sliding each other according to the fault lines. And this kind of the transform boundary occur in these regions. So basically they told about the three kind of the plate boundaries are there, and because of that only the earthquake, volcanic eruptions, these things occur. Now let's talk about the rate of the plate movement. And what is this rate of the plate movement? They said that some plates are very slow, like they are moving very slowly. In a year, hardly 2.5 centimeter. But there are some plates where the movement rate is very high, where in a year almost 15 centimeter per year. So in case of the, according to the rate, they said that the Arctic ridge has the slowest rate of the movement, less than 2.5 centimeter in a year. And the East Pacific rise near the Eastern Island and South Pacific about 3,400 kilometer west of the Chile. These are the fastest plate of the world, almost 15 centimeter in a year. So this is the rate of the movement of the plate tectonic, and they said that the different plates are having different rate of the movement. Now they said about the force of the movement, that why the movement occur. Like when we read about the Wegener, we have seen that he told about the polar fleeing force as well as the tidal force. But here the different force they said in the McKenzie and Parker talk about the different ways. They said about the plate tectonic, it's actually occurred over the asthenosphere, and in the asthenosphere these magmas are present. So these magmas are actually helping the plates to move. They said about the conduction. Last day I told you about the conduction. When we are giving heat to something, the hotter object come upper part and it became like cool and it goes down. In this way, in a cyclic manner, the repetition occurred.